Oh.
What?
Hey!
What's going on?
Oh, we're
We have
here.
no idea what's going on.
No.
Where are
There's
we?
so many cogs and moving parts.
Oh my god.
It's insane.
You don't know how tricky all of this is.
I just got used to clicking one button for Audacity, and now I still only click one button. You clicked all the buttons, Hamish.
Oh,
Turns out there's quite a lot of setup. Didn't realise.
all right, boys.
I thought it'd be easy. I thought you'd just be like, right, we're live, and be like, yeah. banter.
Banter.
Well,
Yeah.
the banter begins now. So
Begins.
yeah,
That's the banter begin.
I was trying to be nice, right? I was generally trying to be nice to my wife today because normally on a Monday I don't put Freya to sleep. I come down and I get ready so I can get ready for the stream. And I was like, nah, you know what? I will put her to bed. Oh my god, what a mistake!
Mistake.
That was a mistake because she was just like, you know what? I'm gonna wake up, and I'm like, ugh, this is insane. And then I thought, I'm going to play Lemmings on my phone. Do you remember Lemmings?
Yeah.
What a curveball.
Yeah.
That's not where I expected this conversation to go.
How did we even get to Lemmings?
Game Lemmings.
Yeah, well, Lemmings is on your phone, so I do that. And I've been
Is
doing
it?
Yeah.
Is it just on your phone? Did it come with the phone?
No, it's an app.
Like a
Download it.
default app, like Snake 2.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
So I was playing Lemmings and been doing that for the last 2 weeks now, and she loves it. But
Playing Lemmings for 2 weeks straight.
Well,
I played Elden Ring for like 3 weeks, but Lemmings is pretty good too. So don't blame me.
Elden Ring, I started New Game Plus 2 and tried the daggers, the one that flicks blood and does loads of damage. Oh, it's too easy, so I just went for
too easy. Game's too easy. They
now.
nerfed Radahn, and now the game is too easy. And
they put it back to normal.
No, it's not as bad as it used to be.
No,
it used to be, guys.
Wow.
Did you just see that I went for a surreptitious dip of my drink and forgot that now everyone can see?
Yeah,
I'm drinking early. I can't get away with it anymore. I'd normally just be chugging it back and it wouldn't matter, but now I actually have to think about it.
By the way, where are we publicising this? James has come to join us, but where else are we publicising this?
We're just gonna roll, boys. This is it.
We don't publicise. It's an exclusive. An exclusive.
Oh, I'm doing it. Oh no! Can we just get this beer bit over and done with?
You drinking already?
I was about to.
I want you to wait even longer to have to deal with it.
I've just finished one of my children's Easter eggs because everyone knows that
you just stole your kid's Easter egg.
Yeah, I absolutely did. Because each of the children got a ridiculous number. I think maybe 10 Easter eggs each from different family members.
That's too much.
And that's too much. So obviously, take one for the team.
Yeah.
I'll take them and I'll consume them and I'll enjoy them. So where they wouldn't.
They know you're stealing their Easter eggs.
Of course, no. No.
I'm being told off not having a hat. So I go and get my hat.
Yeah, I mean, the three of us are wearing.
I'm
wearing mine.
Yeah, I've got mine.
It's exclusive push the point hat. Simon's the only one not wearing a hat, unfortunately. So we've sent him off to get one. Hamish, you're wearing your hat but backwards. So always backwards. I'm always a front hat wearer. I think it looks silly backwards, but I think it works for you. It doesn't work for me. It's just one of those things in life.
I know.
This is the sort of stuff that I know would normally get cut out of the podcast.
Yeah.
But I realised
we're
live, so we have to actually have to fill time now rather than just silence, which is what we normally do.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got dab vibes on.
Yeah, that's good look, mate.
Yeah,
these great hats. So these hats are now almost gone. I think there are none left. They've all been given away.
I'm not being funny though, Trip. Me and you are saying we got a hat on, and someone's actually one that's actually put the hat on to a point where it's actually showing
visible,
off the hat. Like yours is just. Yeah,
mine's a bit too high.
Mine's the wrong way.
If I go down on my chair and I can maybe make a bit more. No, it's too high.
Yeah.
I could sit like this instead, but I don't think that's the look.
I could do this, but I'm not going to. Why even say that?
I don't know, it's just like it's a style, isn't it? We all three of us wear our hats in different ways.
That's true. We're just all three.
Because we all have distinct personalities.
I feel like
what they say.
you guys, one wearing it forward, one wearing it backwards. I should probably wear it to the side, like Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I don't think I can get away with that.
Oh, we can't make another Will Smith joke. We've already made one.
No,
That's true.
no.
2 in 2 weeks.
What on earth are you doing? Right, guys.
I don't know what you're talking
Hamish,
about.
what are you drinking?
Well, boys.
Any deli rum today? No.
No, I actually don't have any deli rum. I have brought with me a Brooklyn Brew.
Oh, good choice.
And they've made it a bigger can as well, so that's good.
That's good. That's a good beer.
What about you, Simon?
What? Well, I've leveled up my on-call drinking.
Yeah.
I
think this is the first, isn't it? Because normally you...
I got a Budweiser Zero.
The first time we've actually get to show up. You've had some fancy goblets and all this stuff, and now we're going live. You show up with a Bud Zero.
Yeah.
He's still got a goblet.
Yeah, he's still got a goblet.
I'm on call for work, so 0% lager it is.
Oh, okay. Well, this
is it all right? Is it decent, that one? Some of the 0% ones are actually all right, but I don't know about Budweiser.
No, it's a bit watery.
Yeah.
You can tell it's meant to be beer.
But it
normally needs to be like ice cold for those 0% to be good.
It is ice cold. It's quite good. It's been in the fridge. The best non-alcoholic beer I've ever tried was actually labelled as an isotonic drink, and it's Erdinger's alcohol-free isotonic drink, and it was really good. Yeah.
What about you, Trip? What are you on?
I'm drinking a Carlsberg, a classy beer.
We've all gone classy tonight. Hamish has got the best beer tonight. That is unusual.
I know.
He's gone
I'm not going to read
out.
their slogan because that's just free advertising for Carlsberg. But I just went out. It was really sunny the weekend, so we went out and bought like a box of beers. And I was like, I'll get those. And they're pretty good. They're just standard lagers, you know. And had one left over for the podcast, which is always good because it meant I didn't have to go out and buy another one.
Fantastic.
Bargain.
So just a quick
cheers, everyone.
Yeah, literally everyone who's joined, cheers. This is a quick note. I am paying attention to the chat, but we're going to be doing our podcast. So if you feel like, oh no, but don't worry, come join in the fun. If anyone's got some mad questions, we can see if we can answer.
Well, I mean, we should say we this is the launch of Push the Point Season 2. We have Fab 2.0, and now we have Push the Point 2.0. We thought it's about time for us to get our faces out on the internet, so all of our friends and colleagues that we work with on a daily basis can see that we're all mega nerds. And that's it. There's no going back now. We're out there. Anyone can Google us and we'll appear. It's sad, but it's the way it is because we wanted to be there for the audience. So
represent.
If you enjoy it, let us know, and we will continue doing it. Hopefully.
Yeah, but don't worry for everyone that is that predominantly listens to it on the Spotify as well, and you're probably thinking what's going on with the interview. So we are recording this normally, and on Friday we'll be releasing this as normal as a podcast on Friday with an interview alongside with it. So there's more to catch up on Friday.
Yeah, but if you watch it live, you get all the little details. Yeah, all the crap that we normally cut out. Yeah,
all the stuff that we edit out. But you should, while you're here, you should go and like and subscribe because.
I mean, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, I would be amazed.
Yeah.
Our Patreon. No.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Simon, what is the order of business today?
Right, I think we've got a lot to talk about, haven't we? There's been an unscheduled banned and restricted announcement,
it's
banned.
It's like a pre-ban.
I know.
Isn't it?
LSS is just like an overexcited kid who just can't wait to get the ban list out.
I know.
It's amazing. And then for those of you who are listening on Spotify or YouTube later in the week, Hamish, do you want to reveal who's going to be the interview, or is it going to keep it a surprise?
I know. Hopefully, on Wednesday we're going to be getting you. God, I feel awful. Can't pronounce Yanji. So we've got Yanji coming on the podcast later on.
Winner of the Calling Krakow.
Yes, I know. Imagine the Americans coming and taking title from all the CU guys. Come on. What are you doing?
Stirrer.
Yeah, I know.
And then we could probably finish off because it's literally just dropped on the website. We could probably finish off with a bit of a chat about the new artwork for Uprising that's been released in Flames.
And there's new heroes, there's talents. Oh my god, there's loads of stuff.
It looks amazing. I'm already hyped. I mean, it doesn't take much, honestly.
Already?
But I am genuinely hyped. I've seen the hyped Toad GIF in the chat already, and that's the sign that the community is ready for a new set when that drops. So let's rock and roll.
All right. So we're going to start by talking about the scheduled or unscheduled.
The unscheduled,
banned and suspended announcement, because it's not banned and restricted anymore, because it's banned and suspended.
Everyone loves a rebrand.
So we've got two legs to this. We'll start with Classic Constructed.
Oh no, can we just get Blitz over and done with?
Oh, you want to get Blitz out? Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's way more with Blitz.
No, I might have to read this. Let's just get Blitz over and done with.
Okay.
Man. Congratulations.
So, congratulations to Viserai. And there are a couple of people in the chat actually named and shamed as helping Viserai reach Living Legend Roll of Honor. James Armstrong.
Well done.
And Jamie Faulkner. And
Jamie did a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of other people who won events with Viserai in Skirmish and Battle Hardened.
And Krakow winner.
And Yanji. So Viserai's gone. Nebula Blade has gone in Blitz.
Oh, what a shame.
Living Legend, the first to reach Living Legend. We also see effects come in from May the 2nd. Awakening is now banned in Blitz.
Oh.
Heart and Cross Trap is now banned in Blitz. I was quite surprised about Heart and Cross Trap, being banned in Blitz. Although it does completely make a mockery of the cost curve.
Yeah.
I find that a really strange ban. I think Heart and Cross Trap is a really good budget option for people. It's a really good replacement for a Tunic in a lot of decks. I didn't really see that card having a huge impact. I don't like. We can talk about this more widely later, but I do like the fact that they're doing lots of bans for Blitz. I think that's an interesting way of doing things to try and test out banning and test out suspending cards. But that does strike me as a strange one. The old Heart and Cross Trap and Awakening, for that matter, both of those cards. I guess it's Awakening, a little hit to Oldham.
We'll come back to Awake. Yeah, I guess there's obviously no Starvo in Blitz, but even in Oldham, it can do a huge amount of damage. If you get low life and you're awakening someone in Oldham and you Oakenhold them or Endless Winter them, and it's a real, for 2 cost, it's a real beastie.
Well, I've got when I was looking at all the band stuff, my counterpoint to all the bands, obviously I'm never happy because I'm like, oh yeah, there's loads of shit going on. But now that they've got all the bands, I was discussing it to my brother. He doesn't really partake too much in bans, which I think this is a good point to point out. That I was saying, oh, this is banned and this is banned and this is suspended and this is done. He went, what? I can't keep up. How's this going to help anyone that's new? That they'll go, oh, Viserai's, you can't even play him, and this card is gone, and you kind of just it's really getting a bit bulky now, don't you think? Especially for Blitz, which is going to be
the ban and restricted announcement itself.
Someone is going to show up with something that you're not meant to play.
Well, then they're going to have to change it out, aren't they?
Just tell them to go home and reconsider their life choices. How dare you bring Viserai to it?
I've never played this game before, and I really like Runeblade, and I really wanted to join this. Get out! He's a living legend!
But just to say, there are 2 Runeblade cards on the suspended list in Blitz. Seeds of Agony, obviously was banned, is now suspended in Blitz.
That means it's coming
Chain
back,
becomes
right?
Living Legend. So if Chain reaches Living Legend, it could come back. The other one is Sonata Arcanix is suspended until the end of Skirmish Season 5. So they're doing what they said. They're doing a time-limited suspension to see how it goes. But really, without Viserai, does that really impact Blitz? I mean, Chain could run it, and Briar could run it, but it was rare to see them run it.
It's all right in aggro Briar, like the aggressive Briar list that kind of went away a bit when Ball Lightning got banned, but I actually think that people moved away from that list a bit too quickly because Plunder Run is still around. You could run it in that as a non-attack action that potentially fetches another attack with Go Again. So I can see that, but again, these bans are sort of speculative, meta-changing bans, which I kind of like. I like to see Blitz get changed up completely. I said in the last episode that I didn't really enjoy the Blitz meta at the moment at all.
There's a huge change coming because Kano Kano and Icelander now have been absolutely decimated with the suspension of Sturdy, Aetherwind, and Snapback, right?
Yeah, I think these hits are actually worse for Icelander than they are for Kano, because Icelanders lost their one of their win con.
Win con, yeah.
And Icelander, but Kano can still do crazy stuff with his hero ability. But Icelander was kind of using that stir something to kill to win the game within time in the Blitz format. So. Yeah, I do think that those hits are pretty tough for Icelander, but she's going to get a ton more tools down the road. And we were chatting about this earlier. It's kind of short-term pain for long-term gain for Icelander. She loses some tools now, but she's going to get some good stuff. So I think that's fine.
Hamish.
Oh yeah.
Have you got any? Have you got any thoughts about why what might be coming in Uprising that Stubby Hammerers has been banned for?
No bloody idea, mate. I mean. I couldn't speculate on what that combo would be. It'd be really cool if people in the chat can see how quick we can figure this out. What card was it? What card was it? But I like the fact that they've preemptively foreseen that this is going to be a problem. And I like that. I do.
I think it's going to be something with 100 wins and a potential new ninja in the next set. I can see something that allows you to sort of recur cards from the grave or from somewhere, and there's a way that just means you can play 100 wins a million times in a turn, and the +1 just makes it possible.
Yeah.
I think it probably has something to do. My guess would be my theory guess is Draconic seems to have. We are now moving into the territory of Uprising speculations.
But
based on Thor, I think that the Draconic talent is going to be stuff that when you're playing it on the board doesn't do anything, but when it's in the graveyard is when the card effect does happen. And maybe there's something to do with Stubby Hammerers where something is bouncing across
a massive OTK.
I think they've just realized that aggro Bolton is actually the best deck in Blitz, and they're just like, we need to kill this now before more people start playing.
Yeah, they picked the wrong card. if that was the case. But yeah, okay. So that's Blitz.
Blitz done.
I mean, Blitz.
Yeah, Blitz is done. I'm really looking forward to playing some Blitz, which I guess is a good outcome of this banned and suspended list. I'm not sure what I feel about this whole suspended malarkey, where they've decided to say we're not banning cards, we're suspending them. It's like, no, you are banning them.
You just said you liked that. You said you liked the fact they were being proactive with like changing the meta around.
I don't like their change of language. I think they're using language in a marketing kind of way, where they're like, oh, we haven't banned the card in months. Yeah, because you've been suspending them instead. It's classic.
Hamish isn't happy.
That's all I'm saying.
No,
Trip is being released.
When they do the report at the end of the year, be like, oh, how many cards did we ban this year? Oh, we didn't ban any of them. They were Living Legend did, and we suspended a couple, but we didn't ban anything.
It sounds like a head teacher going, there was no exclusions from schools.
It's exactly.
He's getting so political now.
Yeah. It's like that thing where they say, like gun crime's gone down, but actually it's just because all other crimes have gone up.
All right, okay.
What's up with that? Rubbish. This is a Did you not know that Push the Point is now a political
organisation,
current affairs podcast?
Yeah, Le Pen's won. Hooray! Anyway, let's move on.
Wow.
That's a great quote. Someone isolate that with the video and just that'd be good.
Send it to France. Well done, well done, France. Anyway.
All right, so
CC. If Le Pen was in, there would be no calling.
Everyone in the chat, this is
100% cut. Giving these people publicity. Jeez. Right, so CC, the main event. They haven't banned Starvo. Starvo didn't get Living Legend status this weekend with the calling and with the Battle Hardened in Madrid and Frankfurt. So I quite like the fact that LSS have been proactive and gone out and said, well, he's not making Living Legend now. That's what we were hoping for. Let's do the banned announcement now. I thought that was quite good.
Yeah.
I did. I like that approach. I like that I'd say what they could have just said this in the April 5th one. You know that we've got some ideas, but we want to see how this goes. And I think everyone would have been like, yeah, all right, cool. But it's somehow they've managed to, in my opinion, turn this ban and restricted announcement back around. And
yeah, I think they've
and
under-promised and over-delivered.
Yeah, I'm happier for it. I like the fact that they've didn't wait till May the 2nd to do this. I like the fact that they've announced this is what they're going to do. Let everyone in the battle hardens coming up use the meta that's available, and then May the 2nd is it all kicks in. I am though not happy that my Skeletor, I don't know why I say it's mine. I think I'm more unhappy that I made a call. I was in the camp of Sonata, and I got it wrong. I think that's what I'm more unhappy about. Yeah.
So all right,
there's a bit of a visceral reaction to that statement from Hamish.
Obviously, Hamish doesn't like the Rune Blade nerf in the removal of Bloodshed Skeletor.
I just didn't like that they picked the card that I said that I was dying on that hill saying it's Sonata.
You did die on that hill.
I did.
However, right, there are 4 bans in CC. So affecting Starvo, we've got Awakening and Autumn's Touch. Do we think that will change anything?
Yeah, of course it will.
Well, it will change.
It won't change very much, but it will change something. I think it will have an impact. I think Starvo is still tier 1 without a shadow.
Without a doubt. But it does get rid of that sort of gotcha moment when they've taken a battering, fallen to lower life, and then gone.
That's the big thing. I think that's the big thing. And
crippling crush in your face.
It's made it harder for Starvo to play a turtle up game, and play the fuse game a little bit. I think it's basically encouraged, which I call clown mode, where you just have as many elements as possible and just start clowning them. That hasn't obviously stopped. I think the Starvo players have realised that that's probably not the best version of Starvo. You know what? I don't really know, but I think if anyone's going to test this going forward, I think they've got to work out where is Starvo in this, and then we can work out where is Prism in all this. Like, you got to start from the top.
I was going to say, I think anyone playing the Captain Planet version of Starvo is a bit annoyed because Awakening and Autumn's Touch were quite good cards in that aggro deck. But I don't think anyone playing the long game in the Fatigue version of Starvo with a second cycle deck is that worried. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think even with the Captain Planet side, you've lost Awakening, but I think the deck is still really consistent in terms of if you're running the 16-16-16 split, or even the 17. I think there's a build as well. So I think you can still do that. Obviously, Blue Autumn's Touch. I mean, I think I'm not sure if Blue Autumn's Touch has a direct replacement, and maybe it does, but Red Autumn's Touch definitely does. So it's tricky, but I think it's still very strong, and I don't think it's like I think the Prism, does it affect your matchup against Prism? I'm not sure if it does that much. It just makes you less consistent against the other heroes. It's really interesting, and I think that's the key thing that LSS kind of wanted out of this, which was to shake up the meta a little bit so that there is some sort of testing and deck building that can take place in this build up to the Pro Tour that's relevant, and it's not just a completely solved meta. But they also clearly didn't want to just throw out the meta completely by just saying, Starvo's gone.
I think that would have been a shame. It would have been
crazy. It would have been like, what are we going to do? Because
they've sort of given him a token ban, but not made him weak enough that he won't win one of the next few big events and get Living Legend anyway.
I see Starvo still winning the Pro Tour. Like I think that's a distinct possibility, and I can see it happening. We've seen, obviously Prism is really strong, but I think that's a distinct possibility, and that could be it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they did a good job. I think they're fine. I think it's important to see Starvo see through to the end and get his status as Living Legend.
Yeah.
I think it's done. I think it's now pretty much given him okay, we'll turn you down a bit. Let's see if you can still make it over the line. And they've foreseen Viserai becoming a huge problem. which he was going to be. That's really good. And what else did they ban? I don't remember. Awakening.
Odsheath, Awakening, Autumn's Touch, and Seeds of Agony was moved onto the suspended list.
I think that's also a good shout as well. That they've just they don't want to. I think they don't want to ban Seeds. I think Seeds again is one of those cards.
It serves a purpose, but not with Chain as a Shadow Runeblade.
Yeah, you could certainly see like a new Shadow Runeblade hero coming into the fold, and that
I mean, in Uprising, no.
But yeah, no.
I do think it's sad because the Autumn's Touch hit does affect Briar, which is a bit of a shame considering Briar is nowhere near a tier 1. I mean, the Chalamet Heroic Briar has been doing okay, but it's a shame that the Earth Briar has been hit by that in quite a major way. Those are really important cards for that deck. So that's a bit of a shame, but those cards are going to come back immediately once Starbo gets LL'd, so I don't really mind too much in the long term. It'll probably come back quite quickly. So with a new set release, maybe.
I'm intrigued really how they've never really tied cards to heroes like they have with weapons, if that makes sense. Like if instead of saying this is suspended until this X point, whether they just turn around and went this card is suspended with this hero. I do recognize the counter argument of that will be really confusing and people.
But I mean, they have said that these cards are suspended until such and such reaches Living Legend.
Yeah, so they've already tied it to a hero. I just don't understand why they couldn't tie it to the hero while he's still here.
Oh, I see. Right, yeah.
So like
that just makes it really tricky, doesn't it? Like
Awakening is not banned; it's banned for Starvo, not Oldhim. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, so
in a way, the fact what they've done is say, well, actually, Awakening's a bad example, but Autumn Touch is suspended until Bravo reaches Living Legend. So he gets his moment in the sun, which is going to be shortly over, and then Briar has access to. No, but it will. He's like 20 points away.
It just limits them in the future, doesn't it? If they want to be consistent with this, and there's a hero that's not Living Legend, but there's some degenerate combo that's just unfun. It's a bad play experience. Whether they would then say this card is banned for this hero, not wanting to take it away from everybody else. Which I understand them wanting to make their ban system as simplistic as possible to make it easy to understand. But it is a shame. Because
just a note from James as a judge, I think it would obviously make deck checks super hard work for the judge.
I mean, none of us are judges, James. So this is
our problem.
Okay, does anyone want to say anything before we move on from the ban? And I agree with Hamish. I'm happy with the way that they've sort of tried to recover on the banned and scheduled renouncement. I'm happy that they brought it in a week earlier than they said they were going to. And actually, the bans they've done make sense overall.
Yeah, I agree completely. I just think next time, don't wait. Just do it the right way next time.
Do it the right way.
Lessons learned.
It's all good.
I want to take this slot that would normally be filled with the interview on Spotify and YouTube later in the week to maybe answer some questions in the chat. How do we feel about that?
That sounds
good. I mean, I can relax because this bit won't be in the podcast.
That's cool.
And then,
say my podcast face off.
When we finish,
do the bit of where we got to say this, and then
when we finish those questions, maybe what we can do is then do the giveaway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can do that.
So, sorry.
Simon's,
what are we doing?
Simon's the Taskmaster. So
Taskmaster away.
All right. Well, so if you listen to this on Spotify, here is Simon.
Yanji.
This is Yanji. Enjoy. Right, and now for the live chat.
Right, live chat. What you got? Chuck it at us.
Yeah. Well, Steelfurs said, "How do you think only having 3 non-shed element heroes will affect draft in Uprising?" So I imagine. Well, the thing is, I think there's a distinct thing here. When you look at Arcane Rising and Welcome to Wraith, there was 4 different things going on. Share, apart from the generics.
There were 5 card pools, right? There were classes and then there were generics.
Yeah.
So in Welcome to Wraith and Arc, there were 5 distinct card pools, and then you move on to Monarch, which had
3.
four classes, and then 2 talents, and then generic. So 7 card pools. But then you've got crossovers between talents and classes as well.
And then Tales of Aria, it was.
And then you've got Tales of Aria with the shared elements. So you had 3 elements, 1 elemental, and then 3 classes. So again, 7 sort of card pools that overlap in different ways. But what I think Steelfur is trying to say is if there's an ice hero, a draconic hero, and another hero, and they all have distinct card pools that are class specific and element specific or talent specific, like that means there's going to be a lot of slots in the draft booster pack that give away signals.
Right. So, I like that.
Yeah, I do like that. I think people.
That's cool. I'll be honest. I haven't got any doubts that it's going to be good fun, and it'll be something, and it'll work out, and it'll be. So
yeah, I think we had a really interesting draft experience of Tales where it was really easy to hide what you were going for. So you could just draft Earth, and you could be like, "Well, I know they're going Earth, but I don't know what they're going to go for in the end." I could quite like something that's more obvious. I think it could be a bit polarizing. I think when you draft like 3 heroes and there's no ambiguity could be really interesting because you kind of can quickly tell who's going for what. But I am not a expert when it comes to constructing a good draft set. But so far I've been pretty happy with what LSS have done. I really enjoyed Tales. I got burnt out on Tales. I think that's fair to say. I really enjoyed Monarch, and I really like Welcome to Wraith Draft as well. I think Arcane Draft I didn't get to do enough of it. So I think the draft experience in Fab is one of its strongest selling points. I think if I was trying to get someone into the game, I'd probably be like, try drafting because it's really fun. It's good chat, good bants. So yeah, I'm hoping it works because there's so far the theme of the set looks fantastic.
Well, I mean, it looks at the moment like we've got the Ice Wizard Icelander. Do we think the Draconic talent is going to go with a ninja? Like the artwork on the In Flames looks like a Draconic ninja for some reason.
This is one of the questions that Terran Titan was asking. He said, "What class do you want to see the Draconic talent?" I think after seeing these pictures, it's pretty much looking like there is a ninja.
It does look like a ninja, but then like would they leave wizard out? Is there going to be a Draconic wizard to go with it? Make the set more arcane. I know.
I want peasant.
See 2 classes in the same set.
I want peasant class.
Peasant class.
Why do we never get peasant class? I want draconic peasant. So it's just a normal dude.
Is it level 1?
He's got 1 hit point. He's got 1 hit point, but then if he dies, he turns into a drag.
That's cool.
Job done. Okay. Easy game.
Mountain of Gold.
Yeah.
So do we think then that the Uprising is going to be Ice versus Draconic talents? Those 2 talents split across 4 classes.
Simon? I have no idea. And that's that.
Thanks,
that is the beauty.
Thanks,
Hamish, back to you.
and now for the weather.
It's raining.
It's raining fire. What are we doing? I'm frantically trying to find people asking a question in the chat. But
well, Paul
I don't know
says
who
2
is saying
wizards
a
is
question.
too many.
Here's a good one from Jake. He says, "Is the ninja in the artwork Ira?
No.
She's in Volca in Scar for a Scar artwork, and her sword has fire-looking magic on it. Are we gonna get an old white-haired draconic Ira? I don't know if you've seen that art, Jake, but she's not old. It's some young girl with like white hair. I don't see it.
It's illumination. Is it illumination all over again?
Illuminate.
So illuminate all over again. Everyone goes, "Oh, look at this new hero!"
Look at this hero, and then it turns out to be card art.
No, I don't think it's Ira. I also don't think it. I think it could be the same sword. I think it could still be Edge of Autumn. I still don't think it looks that similar. The pommel is weird, and the hilt, the handle, whatever. It just looks like a katana handle.
I mean, it looks badass.
This is coming from.
It looks amazing.
This is coming from Fyendal's library. This guy studies.
I have no idea. I've not done an Ira video. I was too busy just playing Ira.
Yeah,
so. Ira. I would love for Ira to come back,
Ira.
but I think I'd prefer any Edge of Autumn Ira stuff to happen in a Mysteria booster set release, and to that be part of that story, rather than take that story, move it over to Volker. But who knows? It could be.
I'm with Saxaway here, who says Runeblade Draconic. I mean,
oh,
can they release another Runeblade?
I'd be so happy.
Wow,
that'd be great. Yeah,
I would be happy for only one reason, and that would be another Runeblade Coldfield weapon for me to get my hands on. And that would literally be it. Other than that, I'd be fucking fuming. I would be
more bans, all the bans.
I wouldn't quit, but I would just be like, this better be so unique. I don't want to hear the words "go again" written on anything, because that has been plaguing Runeblade's like perception. You know, you look at Viserai, he hasn't got like an innate. He's got cards that you got to play that gives a go again, but Chain and Briar just goes, if you do, just a go again,
I mean, we are now into the territory of talking about all the art that we said we were going to talk about in the last third of the podcast. So
whatever.
We'll probably chuck this in and see how we go.
I'm sure everyone will stay to hear it all over again. So
Steel first says he'd rage quit if there was another Runeblade.
Oh, there you go. What do you guys think of? Oh, so James Armstrong asked a good one, and we'll end it on this, guys, and then we'll do the giveaway. Unless anyone else has got another spicy question. What do you guys think of the new Affliction auras?
Oh, I love it.
Simon?
Oh, fine.
No, it's I thought you answered it, Simon.
Yeah, you've gone for it.
You might give me a bit of something to work with, but
all right, fine. Simon, say a bit, because Trip Trip will go ham anyway. So come on, Simon.
No, I like the new mechanic. I think we've been drip fed new mechanics. It makes sense to have another new mechanic, but being able to put an aura on the opposition and have that tick over time, like damage over time almost, is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think they're great. I don't know if anyone's played Hearthstone, but there's like a thing where you gave someone a curse and it was like a card they had to play out their hand. I really like that kind of style of game. I'd really like I like the idea of afflictions. I like the idea that you'd have to pay a cost to remove them, for example. Yeah. So like if you pay 3, like it will get rid of it. I think that's really interesting. It's like Frostbite in that it's a tax, but unlike Frostbite, you have to pay it. You can pay it whenever you want.
It's not a automatic trigger.
But if you have to like block out and you don't have the cards to pay for it, then it will stay. And maybe it has a tick effect. I like the idea. I mentioned this. That I like the idea of like a card that you could put into your opponent's banish zone that has play from banish, but it's just like blood debt, no effect. Costs 3 to play it, so you'd have to play it out.
That's pretty cool.
Otherwise, you take a blood debt tick every turn. I thought that would be kind of interesting, but I basically I really like that kind of game style. I think it's really cool. It's not necessarily something that I would play myself, but I like that exists as a mechanic in the game. I think it's really.
What about you, Hamish?
I think it's really cool, and I'm going out there. Hot takes. Don't listen to me because I can't get anything fucking right. Sorry, that's my first F word. Demonetized. I think there's going to be a class that is all about afflictions, where they're just going to be slamming afflictions all day long, and then using Draconic as a way of going, you play this card, it goes in there, and once it's in the bin, have it as an affliction, and then it's banished. I don't know, but I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool to see.
It definitely adds another element to the game, right? And people who've been moaning about the meta and how aggro it is, this definitely looks like a more control focused, like with the afflictions and the ice. It looks like it might slow things down a bit.
I think it's pretty clear that Frostbite was actually an affliction the whole time. They just didn't give it a name. That it was an aura that your opponent controls.
True.
But they never called it an affliction, and I think they needed during that time they probably just went, okay, cool, and then later on they probably went, actually, this is a thing that we wanted to do more of, and we need to give it an actual thing. Just
an object name.
Yeah, just to clarify it. So we've actually had afflictions since Tales of Aria.
It makes me really excited because I think I would make a big prediction that at some point in the future there's going to be a way to give soul shackles to your opponent.
What?
And I think that's
you're playing the mill deck.
Yeah, so you instead of you gaining a soul shackle, there'll be a way to give a soul shackle to your opponent, so they have to banish a card every turn. And I think that could be really interesting.
You make a good point, Hamish, because there's no mill mechanic at the moment, really, is there?
No, so there is one. Maybe that's an affliction.
Yeah.
Who knows? Just losing cards.
Maybe we're all better
and then you
off
have the chain
mill anyway.
where everyone's
Does anyone really like mill?
No one like mill. Mill's got a history of never being really. It's like an idea that sounds.
It's degeneracy.
Wouldn't that be fun? And then when you do it, you're like, "This isn't fun."
It's just about being like a super anti-control, where you're like, "Well, you're going to run out of deck, so you will lose eventually." So, but it's something. I think it's cool.
Everyone in the chat saying no mill. What do you reckon? I'll put on one last point to the chat. What do you reckon? Allies in this set because of the wording of ice cards being.
I mean, one of them literally says ally on it.
What? Which one?
One of the new ones.
Necromancer's coming, right? It's got maybe not this set, but something's coming.
Everyone's put in there. There's quite a few flags being planted on the hill of Necromancer.
Well, I think that even the title of the set, right, Uprising, it has the meaning that there's a rebellion, but also could be like rising of the bodies from the necromancer. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you should do an English literature course, Simon. You really read into that very well.
Cool. Wow. Oh, look at that. Burn.
Well, it was a compliment.
Look at Trip trying to be the new Draconic Lord, burning people.
I'm just trying to find the cards, but that maybe I sounded a bit insincere, but I was actually very sincere.
So we could potentially have Necromancer, Wizard, and Ninja, and then some other... If Necromancer's the new class, then we'd imagine there should be a third old class.
Yeah, probably.
Brute. I think we're going to get
a shadow, not a shadow brute, like a draconic
brute, and I think it's going to be like a general.
Why is everyone thinking brute showing up?
But I think it's going to be a different direction for brute. I think it's going to be like
why is brute becoming a thing?
I think that'd be really cool. I think it'd be cool to take brute in the direction of it not being like monstrous. It's more of a like societal thing. You know, like a bully, like an evil general kind of thing. I think that'd be really
the guy from Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
James Armstrong saying mech. I don't understand where Brute's coming from. I could literally foresee Ninja.
James does love mech though, so we'll let him have it.
Right, shall we do a giveaway?
We should do the giveaway.
This. Yeah. Okay. So
why are we doing a giveaway, Hamish?
Well, okay, everyone, we're going to transition over to the this thing. Okay, right. There's my stats. Let's move that along.
In case you don't know, in the last episode, we asked everyone to submit their favorite episode of Push the Point.
Yeah.
And Hamish has kindly donated a cold foil Crucible of the Ether Weave as a prize.
So I have
it's in his hand.
Yeah, well, we don't have to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're back to the podcast. So
he's holding it up. Yeah, this bit we have to.
Yeah, to now explain what we're doing. Right. So we've got a cold full Crucible of Aether Weave, which I had too much deli rum and picked that up and went, I'm giving this away, and then suddenly realised I shouldn't have done that. So let's move over to the raffle. Simon has set this up. Pray to God this works. Okay.
Oh, geez. Don't blame me. I mean, it's the easiest way to do it.
No, it was not.
It is definitely the easiest way to do it.
Okay, so we have 31 unique comments. If I click this start button, it will pick a name?
It will pick a name. It will cycle through and it will show you the name and the winning comment.
Oh, okay, cool. So.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Hey! Ice in My Veins Gaming.
Oh, nice.
Well done. My favourite episode was this one, which was episode 25, because I found out you're 1 year and it is in April the 16th, and that's his birthday.
Oh, hey! That's pretty cool.
Happy birthday. Congratulations.
Happy birthday. So, well done. Congrats. Give us a message on this. You can hook us up on Discord. You can probably find us on Facebook or
I think they were here right at the very start. So that was great.
So if you are, send me your
Give us your
details,
address.
and I'll send this out to you.
Oh, wicked!
Congratulations! Huzzah!
Huzzah!
We actually did nice. I think that was the first giveaway we've actually been able to see us actually do the draw. We normally use a big wheel. It's very exciting.
Oh no, I had to take it down. Right?
Yeah, unfortunately,
I had to take the wheel down. And
is your Jotaro poster still upside down? By the way, after all this time.
That's an inside joke, by the way. There is a reason why this card's upside down. Has nothing to do with pitch. Anyway.
Sorry, I just realised that's the first time anyone been able to see it.
Yeah. It's just been there the whole time. Yeah.
Have we got any other giveaways planned?
Yes, Simon. Why don't you explain it to everyone what this giveaway is?
Well, we need to do a giveaway for reaching 500 subs, which is a bit embarrassing because we've now passed 600 subs.
Yes, we do, Simon. So, what
are we going to do?
Right. So, to do our giveaway, which, by the way, me, Simon, and Trip have all found some stuff that we've had in our prize pool, and we've actually been holding on to this for far too long.
Time. Yeah.
And I've asked these guys to send their stuff to me, and they're going to do that very soon.
I think we might just send it all separately, but
okay, cool.
What?
So the plan is, because we're not thinking this up on the spot.
No, what I do actually have is a list of subscribers at the time we passed 500 subscribers.
Did you actually get all the names down?
I think I did. Not all 500 because some people only they're not public.
Yeah, you have to be a public subscriber.
So let me just find.
Well, this one's a mad giveaway. Have you actually got your swag around you? You probably don't, Trip.
I don't have it on me. No, I have my my personal swag, which is purely for personal use. Unfortunately, but I do have some swag.
Okay.
I've got just cold feels coming out my ears, mate.
Yeah, since all those armories you've been
from the good old days. Yeah, when I used to win tournaments.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Can't find it anymore. Where's it gone?
Well, yeah, someone wait. Come on, find it, man. You've actually got a list of people.
I did get a list, but maybe I got rid of it because it took so long to get the blooming.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
We were going to do a giveaway of all the public subscribers on our YouTube channel.
Sure.
And we'll do that next episode.
Yeah. Well, we're going to tell you what to do. Just give us another comment on this video. There you go. I don't know.
You're going to do that, are you? You're going to make them comment again?
You put me on the spot.
I like it. I like it.
I haven't thought this through. Trippin', what about you? Have you got an idea?
No.
He's letting us float into the wind breeze.
Yeah.
That is the most Trip thing ever. Dudes, we're dying here. And he's like, well, I'm not.
I'm doing fine. I'm having a great time.
Get out.
I'm doing fine.
I've not promised any giveaways.
Yes, you have.
My conscience is clear.
You have. This is a team effort. Oh my god, guys, we'll figure it out. Right. So, Simon.
Well, yes.
Thanks for that awkward segue. What are we moving
You're welcome.
on to next?
Love it.
Well, I thought that was a great interview. Don't you agree? Both of you?
He's taking it back.
I like
it back.
That's good.
Yeah, pretty good interview.
Cheers, man.
Well, I mean, we've talked about some of this with the questions from the chat because.
Oh my god! Sorry, guys. Someone has just said we should make Simon's face on the sleeve.
Why would you do that to people?
Well, because that would copy him Arsenal Pass when someone's got Brendan's face. I don't know what that was.
Druid, wasn't it? D-Root. Yeah. I mean, you could just have my mustache, right? You could just have the mustache on a sleeve.
Oh, you're saying you'll give away your mustache? We'll chop it off.
Give away.
End it in the post. You can wear it yourself.
What would it take for you to shave that mustache off?
I don't want him to shave it off.
No, why was it if it's for charity or something?
It's part of our brand.
It is part of our brand, to be fair. If he loses that, we're kind of dead.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, that's a bit far, but
No, it's true though.
Well,
We're held up by your stash. Anyway,
okay.
what we doing now?
So we were going to talk about In Flames, one of 2 articles about Uprising that have been released. Obviously, there's a bit of lore in there, but there is also some amazing artwork that looks. So this is where we were talking about the possible draconic ninja. There's some artwork of a young lady with grey hair, demonic-looking eyes, flames everywhere. She's got a katana in her hand, and she's absolutely like combusting her enemies, which looks pretty cool.
I wonder if I can actually get the.
Yeah, I mean, it's the artwork in Flesh and Blood has always been super strong, and I think it's continuing here. Like it's just great to see just the quality continue. I do think it is really good.
I love the Emperor dude Uprising sitting on that chair with his army in front of him. It's sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He's got a fancy headdress going on there and some goldy looking warriors.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at the Uprising text, the branding text for Uprising.
Oh, brand with Cinderclaw. Not very nice.
Looking at the Uprising lettering, you've got like a phoenix that turns into the G with a tail. I thought that was quite cool.
Oh, you mean the actual the actual wording. Yeah,
right at the bottom.
That is really cool. You got this whole big actual it's kind of interesting because I didn't know that was going to be the direction that they were going to take with an actual civil war within their own ranks. So you've actually got the Demonastery versus Solana, and then you go, what's going on in Volcor? Oh, anyway, moving on. They're having a hard time.
Yeah, well, it seems like Shiana is searching for allies in this war against the Demonastery.
Is she searching for allies, or is she inciting violence? Like, is she?
She's come to the conclusion that there's no point in joining up with the Emperor of Volker, and it's better to join up with the people. But she does say at the start of the story that she's come in search of allies because whatever is happening to Solana is going to happen to Volker next. Yeah, it says, yet without allies, the Demonastery's hordes will consume Arblest Solana, and Volcor will be next. I do think it's interesting that she's gone to Volcor, considering I feel like she'd probably have a better reception in Mysteria or Aria, but I wonder if there'll also be sort of people going out to those places as well. And Shiana's kind of like this sort of shadowy diplomat shapeshifter, so I guess they would send their best person to the trickiest place, which would probably be this sort of war-torn land.
I love the lore that I mean, we had this a little bit in Monarch as well with the militia card, but the farmers and the fieldsmen rising up against their like oppressive emperor. I mean, that's a good. Obviously, we've talked about the word uprising, but that's obviously a good starting point for the set. And I just wonder if they're trying to put things into context again as well. Like you've got this overarching evil invasion occurring, but you've also got the smaller battles within each region where the populace fight against their rulers.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. And I wonder if we'll see some kind of development where a sort of establishment in Volker sort of turn to the shadow in order to sort of regain control of their land, and there's sort of this sort of reverse situation where Shiana goes searching for an ally in this land and ends up, because of this uprising, that they end up joining forces with the forces of the Demonastery instead, and that creates a really interesting kind of split. And I think that's really cool. They said in Fab 2.0 that they wanted this sort of refocus on the lore and the stories behind the game, and I think that this is a really good positive step. We've talked before about the lore articles that were released alongside Tales of Aria, and how while they were really interesting, they kind of lacked sort of a dramatic tension. There wasn't really too much going on. But this is straight out of the gate. You're in the middle of an inciting incident, so I'm really excited to see how the story develops, and it lends itself to a draft set really well, a conflict set.
I agree. What do you reckon, Hamish?
No, I think it's sick. I love exactly what Trip said. I love I feel like I'm more invested into the story and background of what's happening in Uprising than I've done in Tales of Aria. Yes. I like the fact that they've done the reveal for Icelander, gave her the story, and then followed by her with a couple of cards, and then like followed that on for a couple of days. And now we're sort of moving on to, hopefully, fingers crossed, they do another hero with their story. And
I think it might be a little while. I don't know. Like, obviously, this is very early for spoilers.
No, I mean, Mark, one of the guys, Mark, who we regularly chat to, made a point of, if they did their, like, based on how many days there are until the Pro Tour, if they did, like, this thing now, then do another hero, do 5 days of that, and then another one, and then by the time that comes round, I remember Pro Tour said that they were going to unveil some more stuff for Uprising when it comes round. So based on how many days we've got left, if they're able to sort of showcase off the heroes, then they can actually probably just do some really cool spicy stuff for Pro Tour for Uprising. Maybe.
Yeah. Some exclusive reveals while we're there.
Imagine if we got some when they're there. You're like,
that would
what?
be crazy. Yeah. I think there'll definitely be a big announcement at the Pro Tour to do with Uprising, and some really good reveals, and maybe even some sort of sneak peek type stuff. And I guess if they establish the new heroes, I imagine they might want to release like a new hero.
Imagine if
you got a pack, that would be crazy.
Just a pack it's not first edition, just a pack of Uprising.
Yeah.
Just for showing up, and someone could pull the Mad Fabled at the Pro Tour. I don't know. There's loads of stuff they can do, but based on the timeline,
I reckon they would seed the
really cool. So yeah, I think now this is actually getting to the point of our podcast when we're recording where we sail away and call it a day.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with us. We've done a first
decent time.
We've actually kept it to under an hour, which I was not expecting us to do. But yeah, if
it's still a nightmare because I still got to do this interview. But
you still got to get that in.
Well, for those who are listening on
viewers as well, that's pretty good for a first attempt.
Well, I was going to say, for those who are listening on Spotify, let us know how you feel about the new kind of Push the Point 2.0, where we're going to be live streaming on Mondays. We want to kind of have a closer connection with the audience, with you guys, I should say. So by live streaming, obviously, we get to chat with you. So you can always come along and watch, or you can just watch it on the podcast as well. But we appreciate any feedback from all of our audience on this, because as if you're watching along, you can probably see we're pretty low tech. We just do this because we really enjoy it.
Give it a good go.
Yeah, we'll give anything a go. We want to try out new stuff, and this new year of Push the Point, because it is now we've now entered our second year of doing this podcast, which is crazy to think that we started this and it's grown into like a real thing. It's
into a real uprising.
Into a real uprising.
Yeah,
it's like
Yeah. Obviously, you all like and subscribe already. Do it again, and go and check out.
If they click it again, they unsubscribe. We just lost 10 subs. Back under 600 again.
If you want to be a patron, do so. It opens up the doors for us to do potentially some more fun stuff with patrons that could involve the live stream. But all of this also helps us invest more into some cool stuff to give away to you guys. We've got hats, we've got dice. You never know, we've got more.
Chuck a comment on this video, on the release of this video when it comes out later in the week. For the giveaway, for 500 subs giveaway, there are 3 prizes, 3 sort of combos of prizes to be won, one from each of us. And thanks very much for joining us.
Cool, guys. Bye-bye.
See you guys later.
Bye.